Hey folks, welcome to Monday, the 24th of January 2022. Wanted to take a little bit of time to talk about gold this morning. Question in from Reed, really saying, hey Tim, do you think it's time now for gold with crypto getting crucified? And crypto has been indeed getting crucified over the last while. Um, I'm not going to bring up the crypto charts in this session because we're talking about gold here. So I want to look over at the gold chart. But before we do, really, let's think about where we've come from with gold. So last year, inflation, it's not transitory, but nonetheless, whether it's transitory or not, inflation, big topic last year. And thus, a lot of people looking to hedge off that inflation risk with gold. Now, actually, that's not really true because the traditional thinking was, right, well, if inflation is on the way, I need to buy property, commodities, and mainly gold. People didn't really do that. If they did, they were buying it in a pretty massive range. It was there was some CFTC reports came out, and I think Morgan or no Goldman Sachs had trades, best trades, worst trades of the year, and gold was by around September was one of the worst trades last year, and it didn't really get any better towards the end of the year. Anyway, crypto, you got to remember that crypto was running rampant last year. A huge amount of people buying into those elevated prices on crypto last year. Let's just call it all Bitcoin for the sake of this conversation. And, the stimulus checks, people going out there buying the stocks in 2020, and then also going into crypto in 2021. So those 2 years, right? So, there is a case there to say, hey, people don't care about gold anymore as an inflation hedge, but they do look at crypto as that inflation hedge. Now, I have a hard time processing that really because of the volatility, percentile volatility that you're getting on the crypto assets. But now we have seen gold getting tied into finding more of a bid, um, and equities are getting trounced since last week. So, let's get over and look at the charts and look at gold on the weekly up here. And here is the weekly chart on gold, right? So let's just make this full screen. And just walk off my ear. All right, so here's gold on your weekly bars. You can see that really from 2021 here, a lot of rallying into the highs, a lot of exuberance. There was even a Wall Street bets attempt in the prior year, 2021. We were up trading in here. A lot of people getting into SLV on Wall Street bets and Reddit, of course, the Reddit squad. But then 2021, we opened up and really not much going on here other than a whole lot of selling from, around the 19 and a halves down to the lows of even 1680s here, which we revisited again in August, right? And so generally, there's a lot of compression going on in gold at these kind of prices, between floor 1680s and sort of up to the 19s, right? But if this was a 5 minute chart or a 60-minute chart, right? Let's just zoom this in and we can see. If this is a 5 or a 60-minute chart, well, there is a method that we have for trading these compression areas, and that is you look for the compression area to exit the way it started to form, in the direction it started to form. And it started to form from the bottom moving up. Two inflection areas here like this. The bottom moving up, okay? So the bottom moving up. Then we start to fall down and compress. I'm just going with the broad strokes here. These are weekly bars, remember, right? And we're compressing, okay, up here. Shallow pullback over the last 3 months here into 2 months into December. And you can see that really, if we stick with that method of we exit the way we come into these compression areas, and this is sort of like a mega flag in a way. Just put the bottom support area on here. right? Like here, for example, or even here. You know, you're starting to see a little more shape to the market. And back up there, right, there. So now you're starting to really see that we can push quite well to the upside here, okay? And are we going to trade 2141s? Who knows? All right, it's not really my job to know that, but it is my job to know, well, is there a good risk reward setup here? I think, look, 1854 is the prior highs from the week of the 13th of April 2020. That's quite a significant line in the sand for this market, and it really tends to not find it possible to spend too much time above that level, as you can see from the chart. Do have a nice line in the sand that we've traded up through, and you can see here, for example, these excess highs put in here. I'll just zoom in a bit there. These excess highs put in July last year, right? And again in August. Okay, so we've now, you know, we put in some excess on the highs up there last week. Well, now we're pushing up again through here up into the downtrend. So now, if we go back to our 60-minute chart, right, we had an absolute layup trade here last Wednesday on the breakout above this sort of downtrend, right? This is completely laid up for us. Buy this, target above that excess area into the highs there at 1839 spot fours. Easy, right? But you know, you would expect quite a pullback. If this market was weak, it wouldn't be doing this, right? It wouldn't be breaking out up here and holding into this this line in the sand of selling. Okay, so essentially, I do like the long opportunities in gold, but do I want to be buying it at market here or at the mega downtrend? Do I want to be buying it? No, you don't want to do that. You want to, if you recognize the strength, okay, we'll wait for the pullback. Now, is the pullback going to be to the bottom of this line in the sand, 1839s? Could be. Are we going to even get a pullback now with equities quite low already this morning in Europe? Maybe the risk off trade is on now, you know. So we are seeing bonds on their highs. So now we're starting to see that real traditional sort of movement, right? You know, equities down, bonds up, gold up, right? You know. So it's been a long time since I've seen this sort of action. Um, but it's good to see, and now I'm a believer again in gold. Little shout out to Justin Bieber there. So yeah, I am a believer in this trade again. My faith in the trading markets is being restored. And I just need to find a nice place to get into a long here. I don't want to be buying for a momentum push above the trend. I've gotten slaughtered in those trades in the past. Guys in the room, if you could mute your mic, please. Luca, could you mute your mic, please? So yeah, this is a really nice trade here to get on. You just need to find a nice way to get into it, and then I think we are going to be trading at the end of this week actually above the 1854 spot threes. So that's it from me, and listen, have a good session. Cheers.